We ask that you, our fans, help make tonight's game a more memorable experience for our athletes by showing good sportsmanship towards all players, coaches, and game officials throughout the contest. Inappropriate language, taunts, or unfamiliar actions are found to be removed from the game. As a reminder, no fans are permitted to score at any time. In case of an emergency, please vacate the premises by the nearest exit at each end of the gymnasium. Our officials for tonight's game are Keith Buddick, Dan Irving, and Antoine Thomas. Now let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visiting Bedford Bulldogs. Number 2, Brady O'Connell. Number 5, Hayden Brown. Number 11, Bruce Soden. Number 24, Sean Toscano. Number 25, Aiden O'Connell. Now, for your Merrimack Tomahawk. At guard, number 2, Matt Paluzzi. The General, number 3, Jackson Rosa. Number 4, Luke DeBosi. At guard, number 11, David Roy. Big man, number 13, Isaac Yaponte.
I like this guy.
And head coach, Austin Denton. Would everyone please stand and remove their caps as we honor America with playing our national anthem.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium for tonight's Division I boys basketball contest between the Bulldogs of Bedford High School and your Merrimack Tomahawks. My name is Brian Gagnon. We're alongside the Sledgehammer himself, Justin Sledge, on the camera tonight. How are you doing? How are you doing, Justin?
I'm doing pretty good, Brian. How about yourself?
Doing great. If you were with us earlier in the season, this is one of the games we had double-starred, triple-starred, circled. Bedford coming in 12-1 on the season. They are everything that they were expected to be in preseason, averaging 79 points a game. So the Tomahawks have their work cut out for them tonight. And the Tomahawks coming in at 5-5 on the year. They're kind of been on this roller coaster ride this year. Win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. And, well, their last game was a loss. So judging by that pattern, it's going to be a win tonight for the Tomahawks. So let's see what happens.
I like that pattern.
And Bedford controls the tap. Number 2, Brady O'Connell, with the ball for Bedford. He tried to go alley-oop to Aiden O'Connell and throws it out of bounds. So a quick turnover for the Bulldogs. Bedford's defense, extremely underrated. Everybody talks about their offense, and rightfully so. This defense is going to make you work for every single point. And there's a reason they're 12-1. David Roy, Merrimack's leading scorer, with the basketball. Kicks it over to Veluzzi. Three-point try off the rim. And the rebound to Brady O'Connell. Bedford's going to run that sideline break. Now they kick it over to Aiden O'Connell. He drives on Infante. Kicks it back now to Brady for three. No good. Rebound by Infante. And he draws the foul. So Merrimack with possession here. First minute of the game. Merrimack really can't afford to get into a track meet with these guys tonight. They're going to have to really slow the game down and hope they can keep them off the board. Infante, reverse layup, no good, and the rebound by Brady O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell thought about three. Of course, the story for Bedford is Luke Soden. Caden Brown gets it to number 24. That is Sean Toscano. He gets the basket in the harm. And that foul's on Isaac Infante. To finish the thought on Luke Soden, he has a Division I leading 28.9 points per game, which is absolutely unheard of.
That sounds division leading to me, Brian.
Yeah, it's actually one of the best averages, I think, in the last like 10 or 15 years, I heard somebody say the other day. He had a 44-point game earlier this season.
I don't think I've had 44 points lifetime.
I have
Brian,
definitely not, Justin.
Unfortunately.
I think between the two of us, we may not have 44 points. David Roy gets it for the Tomahawks. Nice little crossover. His shot well short, in the rebound to the aforementioned Luke Soden.
Ooh.
And we get some contact on the play there. DeFossis and O'Connell. Foul's going to go to DeFossis. Second team foul on the Tomahawks. Well, as I tweeted out earlier today, this is the first time we've covered Bedford in basketball, if you can believe that, in our 3 years.
I don't believe that, Brian, but I will definitely take your word for it.
Luke Soden right to the basket for two. And Bedford now takes a 5-0 lead. I want to welcome our viewers out in Bedford tonight, watching on Bedford Community TV, carrying our feed. And also our regular viewers here on Merrimack TV. Thanks for joining us. Infante to Rosa. Back to Infante. Nice little give and go for two. And a 5-2 game. Aiden O'Connell might have traveled there. Good defense by Rosa. Gets it ahead to Roy. And that ball was blocked. It's going to be out of bounds to Bedford. They're going to say it might have hit Roy's leg. The Merrimack student section disagrees.
Sounds at least like one person is unhappy with the call. At least.
At least one. Aiden O'Connell, one of the newcomers for this Bedford team, gets there off the cut. Nice pass and finish. That was Caden Brown on the assist. And the bucket to Aiden O'Connell. 7-2 Bulldogs. DeFossis tries to get an opening, can't. Infante kicks it back to Veluzzi. Veluzzi gets the screen from Infante, and we're going to get a 5-second violation. Frank Moreno looking for the push-off on Infante, but we got the 5-second call there. Excellent defense by Bedford. Like I said, they're gonna make you work for every single point tonight. And we get a foul, I believe, on Soden. So first foul on Luke. I'll tell you, he's in a competition right now with Jackson Marshall for Player of the Year in Division I. And we're going to see those two guys head-to-head on Friday night. But Bedford got to get through this one first, of course. Roy misses the drive. O'Connell for three. Yes. 5 points for Aiden O'Connell. Austin Denton's going to get a quick timeout here. And the Bulldogs with a 10-2 lead. Not even halfway through this first quarter. And you can see the high-scoring capability of the Bulldogs right away in this one. Well, we mentioned Merrimack, coming off a loss. They lost to a 2-11 Londonderry team on Friday night. Very unexpected loss, but it's been a really weird season for this boys team. You beat Trinity here at home. Then you follow that up with a loss against Londonderry. You beat North. You follow that up with a loss to Alvern. Almost canceled those two big wins out.
It is really it's kind of bizarre.
So I'm sure if you talk to Coach Denton, we'd be talking about consistency, trying to find some really consistent, good play. We'll see if they can figure it out here tonight against this very good Bedford Bulldog team. Nice job against the press by the Tomahawks, and they're going to get Infante for a travel. That's what this defense will make you do. So Bedford, a quick 8-point lead. Tomahawks trying not to let this one get out of hand early. Aiden O'Connell, left-hand drive. He puts it in. 7 points for O'Connell in the first 4 minutes. Infante to DeFossis. Off glass, no good. And the rebound to Bedford. Nice tip by Veluzzi, out of bounds. They were looking for Brown. Monroe and Flera into the game now for Merrimack. Bedford playing at exactly the pace they want right now. Up and down, frantic. It's exactly what they want. O'Connell for three. He's feeling it. But he misses that one. Tomahawks need a bucket here. Try to build some confidence. Rosetta Monroe. Now Flera gets the screen from Monroe. He goes the other side. They need a cutter. DeFossis saw that a little too late. Now Rosa, jump stop. And he's fouled on the floor. And it's going to be on Caden Brown. Number 3, Nico Bedoyan into the game for Bedford, along with number 20, Dylan Lafferty. And a quick turnover by the Tomahawks. Bedoyan kicks it over to O'Connell for two. Bedford up and down the floor. They lead by 12. Denton wants them to push it up the floor. They do. Monroe to DeFossis. Now to the corner. Rosa for two. Yes. Bedford goes right back up the floor. They're looking to score very quickly here. Bedoyan. Spin move. Oh, a pretty move by Nico Bedoyan. 16-4. And Monroe travels. Oh, that'll take 3 off the board right there. Krieger will come in for DeFossis, so Denton going to try to go a little smaller and maybe a little more athletic here. Let's see. He's got to counter this speed of Bedford somehow. O'Connell now top of the key, guarded by Jensen Monroe. Nice look down low. Brady O'Connell working on Flera. Nice take, kicks it over to Aiden. And Aiden puts it off the rim, no good. Merrimack trying to get this down to 10, maybe even 9 here. Monroe had a one-on-one, but he kicks it back out. Now Monroe going to reset the offense for Merrimack and throws it away. O'Connell blocked by Krieger. Wow, Krieger got all ball on that.
Looks good to me.
Well, Frank Moreno disagrees. Number 14, Thomas Braga, into the game now. Soden out of the game right now for Bedford. And there's Krieger with a nice steal. If you're Merrimack, you got to try to capitalize when he's on the bench here. It shows you how deep this team is. Roy tries to go off glass. Couldn't finish. And the two-point try is good for Thomas Braga. Bedford with 7 different scores in this first period. Roy puts up a bank shot for 2. Krieger, nice defense. Rosa now on the drive. 43 seconds left in this first quarter. And all Bulldogs. Monroe for 2, yes. Big bucket for Jensen. Makes it a 10-point game. Aiden O'Connell, 7 points for Bedford in this first quarter. He drives. Good help by Krieger, and they're going to get him for a foul. So Krieger gets his first foul, 3rd on the team. And it will be Aiden O'Connell at the line, shooting 2. You know, you look at what Soden has done this year for the Bulldogs. It's hard to forget, or I say easy to forget, rather, what O'Connell's done. He's got almost 19 points a game. He's got 9 already tonight. His 19 a game would be best on the Tomahawks by about 5 points. Nice job by Monroe inside. Makes it 20-10. He got it off, no good. And that was Austin Kazajanski, I believe is how we're going to pronounce that name.
Kazajanski.
We're going to go with that.
All right, can I have a look at the? I think I got a roster over there to your right, actually. Thank you.
I'm going to go with Kazajanski.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, no matter how you pronounce it, it was a miss. And Bedford has a 20-10 lead after 1. They were right on their season average of about 79 points a game, and they were on track right now for 80. This team is ridiculous. Luke Soden, their leading scorer, had 2 points in that quarter, and they have 20 as a team right now.
Yeah, you talked about that deep bench, Brian. It's not all going to be Soden tonight, I guess.
No, you know, O'Connell came here. His family moved to Bedford. He played for Goffstown last season. It was a big loss for Goffstown. We'll see them next week, next Wednesday night. But what an addition to this Bedford team. I mean, like I said, 18.5 points a game. He would be, let's see, David Roy right now is the leading scorer on Merrimack with 14.7.
Okay.
So he's their second leading scorer. That just goes to show you, like, they have 2 phenomenal players, and O'Connell is the least talked about of the 2. It's phenomenal how deep this team is. Well, Merrimack's going to start with the ball here. They're down 10. Jensen Monroe gave him a little energy there to end the quarter.
Yep, still hanging.
But you got to do something to slow them down. Tomahawks have only been in the 60s 3 times this year. You cannot expect to score 80 points and beat this team. Flera with it now, back to Jackson Rosa. Now inside to Roy. Bedford coming out in a little 2-3 zone here to start the second quarter. Roy trying to get it into Monroe, couldn't. Flera, corner 3, way off. And that goes out of bounds to Bedford. So Bedford mixing up their defenses here. They started man-to-man. Now they're out in that 2-3 zone. And this is Luke Soden. Over to Aiden O'Connell. Toscano back now to Brady O'Connell. Soden's going to try 3. Money. That is a very smooth stroke. Monroe over to Mason Krieger. Krieger, a little spin move. And he kicked the ball. No, it's going to say Bedford kicked it. So the Merrimack ball here. DeFossis will come back in, as will Veluzzi. Roy and Krieger will take a seat. Bedford by 13, early second quarter. Monroe, ball fake, goes right up, and he missed the layup. He'll get a second try, though, and he puts it in. 6 for Jensen, 23-12. Soden kicks it to O'Connell for 3. Put it on the board. 12 for Aiden O'Connell. And Bedford up by 14. Rosa with the floater, no good. Rebound by Toscano. He goes, nice dish to Caden Brown. 8th different scorer for the Bulldogs. They lead by 16. Flera with it for the Tomahawks. Over to Rosa. Rosa thought Veluzzi was cutting. He did not. Oh, what a move by Brady O'Connell. Bedford is pouring it on here. The Bulldogs lead it 30-12. 2 minutes into this second period. All I can say is, wow.
I'd say that just about sums it up, Brian. Let's see. Becoming a high school sports official is an easy call, Brian. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities of impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the game we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have the opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. Learn more about becoming a high school sports official at www.nhiaa.org. I know there's some people out there that could do it. I don't know that I could, Brian, and I definitely appreciate everything the officials do. If anyone out there thinks they might want to do, put on the stripes, see what it's all about, nhiaa.org.
We need you.
We do.
DeFossis to Flera. Tomahawks trying to get some offense going here. Monroe's been their guy so far. Another offensive rebound for Jensen. DeFossis for 3. No good. Big rebound by Soden. And Soden just walks right down the middle and gets the 2. Got to defend that a little better. You can see Matt Schmidt in a second here. Haven't seen a lot of him this year. Infante inside, no good.
Ooh.
And
that's a good Hoyt.
Let's see if they get the foul on here. It could go on either guy, to be honest. They're going to call a jump ball. So Matt Schmidt into the game. Infante out for Merrimack, 32-12 in favor of the Bulldogs. You know, when Merrimack beat North here a couple of weeks ago, North had that big game against Bedford. The next game, it was kind of a trap game for Nashua North. You're wondering if Bedford was going to be thinking the same with Pinkerton coming up on Friday night. Not the case early on. Matt Schmidt with the rebound. Nice job by the big fella, 6'9". Monroe over to Flera. He gets the screen. Monroe to Schmidt. And he misses the shot. Three-point bid is good. Dylan Lafferty for three. 35-12 Bedford. This has been a laugher so far. Schmidt to DeFossis. No good. One thing Merrimack is doing, they are getting on the offensive glass. Soden gets the two. Veluzzi with the hard foul. And that's going to put Soden at the line for two. Nine scorers so far for Bedford. Showing their depth, showing their talent. It is all on display tonight. Soden will take his second here. After hitting the first, he has 8 points. The Bedford lead is up to 25. 37-12. Infante over to McCarthy for three. His shot off the mark. Rebound Infante. And he gets fouled. And we'll go to the line for two. The foul is on Dylan Lafferty. So Bedford's only loss of the season was to Nashua North. And that was the Friday night after Merrimack beat them. Nashua North, of course, as Infante hits the first. But from what I've seen, and Justin, you were here the night of Nashua North.
That was a fun game to watch,
That was a very fun game. To me, I don't know how Bedford lost to North. Looking at these two teams, that must have been a really off night for North. But Bedford, to me, looks like the superior opponent right now. Double dribble. So Merrimack with a 23-point deficit. They got to try to chip into this a little before halftime. What do you think a reasonable goal would be here? Maybe get it to 15 by halftime? I think that's the goal.
That'd be a reasonable goal, yeah.
Well, let's see.
You don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, you're not gonna make the whole thing up. You don't have that kind of offense. Offense very stagnant right now. Veluzzi throws it away. And better turn around because this guy is going to drain one. Luke Soden, he's got 9 in the quarter, 39-14. Flare for three, no good. Rebound, Bedford, and they're going to run, of course. Soden to O'Connell, alley-oop for two. Well, they're just toying with Merrimack right now. 41-14. Merrimack going to have to do some soul searching at halftime, I think. Stolen by O'Connell for two. Bedford with 23 points in the second quarter. This is unbelievable. Veluzzi is going to get an offensive foul here. He knocked him over.
A little frustration, I think.
And this is exactly what this Bedford defense is going to do to you. Rosa and Roy back in for Merrimack. Schmidt and Flera. I'm sorry, Flera and Faluzzi will take seats. Bedford with the ball in a 29-point lead. Yes, you heard that right. 3-point bid, no good. The rebound by number 20, Dylan Lafferty. And the 2 for Nico Bedoyan. It's another name I'm going to guess on, but
I'd say that's the best guess we have.
Roy, 2 in the foul. Nice take by David. And a rather tepid response from the crowd. I think
a polite clap.
like a golf clap on an M1. I think this crowd has just been silenced by this Bedford team. Rebound by Infante. And they're going to get number 20, Dylan Lafferty, for the foul. And Moreno disagrees.
It's very animated.
Absolutely. To me, there's no other way to coach. Come to one of my 5th and 6th grade rec games. I treat it like a high school game.
I'll have to make a point to do that.
Oh, my gosh.
I haven't had the pleasure of coaching a team. I probably wouldn't be very good at it.
It's fun.
Very
it's a lot of fun.
soft-spoken.
Well, Jackson Rosa cuts the lead to 27. And that shot is short. Ooh, he had Schmidt running up the floor. Didn't see him, though. Infante to McCarthy. Now back to Rosa. Rosa cut off by Bedoyan.
Oh.
Roy trying to hit Schmidt.
Wasn't ready.
And he was not ready. So I wonder what's going to go on in that locker room at halftime. I don't know what you could say after losing the first half by 27 points. 3-point try. Make it, how about 30? 30-point lead now as Kazajanski gets on the board for Bedford.
Is that the 10th scorer of the night?
That is 10 different scorers. You are correct. Schmidt gives it to Kazajanski. They got a chance for 50 in the first half. Bedoyan, chance, no. That would have been Dylan Soden. Would have been 11 different scorers, but
keep it to 10 scores.
Let's keep it to 10.
Half, I suppose.
They're going to keep it respectful. Wow, just a pummeling by Bedford, 48-18. They are everything that the hype machine has said about them. Everything I've read about this team. It is coming to fruition here tonight. The numbers are astounding right now for Bedford. Like we said, 10 different scorers, 48 first half points. 48 points in the first half for Bedford. They are on a 96-point pace in this game, which is just unbelievable. The scores, it was Aiden O'Connell in the first quarter. He had 9 points in the first. He has 12 in the half. And there was 9 points for Luke Soden in the second quarter. Luke sat pretty much the whole first quarter for Bedford. But damage done, 48-18. How do you come back from this if you're Merrimack?
It's definitely going to be tough. It'll definitely be tough. You know what isn't tough, though, is if you're enjoying the game, you could actually check out more MHS sports action from Merrimack TV on your Roku, Apple TV, or Amazon Fire TV device. You can do that, of course, by downloading the Cablecast ScreenWeave app and watch the game live or previously recorded games on demand. You can also discover over 100 other different kinds of programming from Merrimack TV, from meeting coverage, local news, community shows, school events, and so much more. Download the Cablecast ScreenWeave app to your Roku, Apple TV, or Amazon Fire Stick device today. This is Merrimack TV, your community, your voice, and Brian, this is definitely a mighty big hole they would be digging out of. It just looks like they're having a hard time getting through. You mentioned that the offense is definitely stellar, but you don't want to forget about the defense, and they definitely look like they're having a hard time breaking through that defense to get to the bucket. Yeah,
that's the biggest thing to me. Bedford and Nashville South played on Friday night. I got to see some of the highlights, and South did the best job I think I've seen all year of actually containing Bedford's offense. But and by containing, I mean they held them to 64 points.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's the best you can do with these guys. They were able to score 58, and that game was tied with about a minute to go.
Oh, wow.
Nashville South, I think, had the ball in a tie game about a minute to go, and they turned it over where there was an offensive foul or something, and Bedford won it on free throws. So that's been one of their closest calls this year outside of North. And like I said, I thought they might fall victim to that trap game. You look
kind of hoping maybe.
Looking ahead to Pinkerton Friday night, that is not the case.
Just getting warmed up, I guess.
They are just getting warmed up. If you are a basketball fan, Friday night, we are not covering any games Friday night. You are going to want to watch Bedford versus Pinkerton.
Are they in Bedford or are they at Pinkerton?
In Bedford.
That should be a fun one.
Bedford, assuming they hold on to this 30-point lead, will be 13-1 by the end of tonight. Pinkerton right now is 13-0, and I don't know who they're playing tonight. I think it's a cupcake. They should roll tonight. You could be looking at 14-0, 13-1 matchup on Friday night.
That sounds fun, and I would assume, but I wouldn't want to put it on Bedford, that they'd be covering that game. I would
think so.
Didn't speak to them over there this week, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would think so. That's going to be the game of the year in Division I, probably a finals preview. We're going to see Pinkerton later this season, I believe in 3 weeks.
Okay.
February 24th, which
that's our last Friday night game that we're covering, I believe.
I believe it is. Might be senior night, but I'm not 100% positive. We have to check on that, but Pinkerton coming here on the 24th. That's the other one we kind of had double starred and triple starred.
Circled, stamped.
The other one of those games was Bishop Girton, and they'll be here on Thursday night.
They will.
BG, another team that is extremely deep. They're going to run 12, 13 guys at you. They're going to score a ton of points, and this is really just an appetizer for BG on Thursday night. So I mean, another rivalry game. Hopefully they'll be able to contain BG, and I think that's what you got to work on in the second half if you're Merrimack. You got to find some way to slow down Bedford. And
I don't know how they do it, Brian. They are just running right up the court. And
they're running at will.
Yes,
it's unbelievable. The second the Tomahawks score, the ball's up the court, and they get numbers going the other way. They got 4-on-2. They turn the ball over. It's in the bucket. In 2 seconds. It's fun to watch. I mean, all credit to Bedford.
Now, Brian, BG coming here to Merrimack Thursday night. I don't believe we're actually able to cover that, unfortunately. But what's BG looking like for their record on the year?
BG is 9-3. To my knowledge, we are covering that game. I think it's the girls' game that got rescheduled. We can't.
Is that what
cover.
it is? Okay.
The girls' game against Central, they got moved to Monday night. That's a big basketball night in the Gagnon household.
That's what it is.
So we will not be able to cover Monday night's rescheduled girls game.
Oh, so you're going to commentate?
I will be here Thursday night.
Thursday, okay,
against,
great.
For BG, yes. Monday night is it's my team. It's the girls' all-star team. It's both kids are practicing that night.
Too many obligations, and that's fine, Brian. You're already covering so many games here, and we really do appreciate it.
But it's well, I say Monday's a big basketball night in the Gagnon household. Every night is a big basketball night in the Gagnon household. It's a big practice night.
That one's double starred and circled and stamped.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Duly noted as well.
Exactly.
Before we hop back in here, looks like we got a few minutes left. I just want to mention that the town of Merrimack's media division is, of course, branded Merrimack TV. The division is funded by way of franchise fees from Comcast cable subscribers right here in Merrimack. The town of Merrimack has a community TV facility located at 6 Babusick Lake Road. That is, of course, Town Hall. If you're going up the ramp to Town Hall, instead of going to register your car in the right building, you want to go to the left. That would be the West Wing, and head upstairs. You can visit myself, Nicholas, or Colin over there anytime that we're open. We'd love to have you. Our 3 cable channels reach over 8,000 homes, and our 4 cable channels reach over 8,000 homes. We're accessible online at merrimackTV.com and on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire Stick devices via the Cablecast Screenweave app, which you already heard me yapping about earlier. Follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay informed. And as always, my little tagline, you're watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice. And like I said, anytime anyone wants to pop over during business hours at Town Hall, 2nd floor, the West Wing, you can stop on over there. You can see what we have for equipment. You can take some equipment out, do some videos, maybe do a show in our studio, see where the town council planning board meets, see what we got going on. And you want to set something up ahead of time, you can always just email us at merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov.
So I got a almost 12-year-old that was a little jealous that my almost 10-year-old got to visit the studio earlier this year during the football broadcast, and so I think he wants to come check the studio out and get a little tour. So.
Always welcome. Always happy to have folks come down. We used to have Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts come through. I haven't seen any troops in a few years. Actually, I was trying to do going back to the coaching thing. I wouldn't be a very good coach. I actually was trying to do a little lesson with the Girl Scouts, Girl Scout group one year, and I am just horrendous at gauging what I guess the learning abilities, or like the I don't want to use the phrase dumbed down, but like bringing it down to a more, I don't want to say remedial level, sounds condescending, but a more elementary level, I suppose, a more entry level.
Broadcasting 101.
Exactly,
sort of,
and I'm just tripping over myself, as I sometimes do with my words here, just trying to explain some of the simple storyboarding things, just things that it's just second nature to me at this point. And you know what? I don't think I've seen another Girl Scout crew come through since that incident. We did have a good time. It was just the portion that had to do with my lesson was a little bit stale and poorly received.
You're teaching the thesis level, the doctorate level.
Exactly.
Class. They need the 101.
Dr. J.
Yes.
So
I've been guilty of that from time to time.
And I could definitely go back. They had me. Actually, I'll regale you with that story a little later on as we get right back into the. Into the game here.
We're back to some action here. Tomahawks playing for pride here in the second half. Down 30 as we start the third quarter. Just a virtuoso performance by the Bedford Bulldogs in the first half. Coach Denton yelling, "What are we running?" Not how you would come out of halftime. Faluzzi traveled. So Bedford forcing another turnover. Well, not how you want to come out of the locker room if you're the Tomahawks. A very quiet student section tonight.
Student section all wearing, like, not all of them, but they got a lot of helmets over there tonight. I'm not sure what that's about. Do you have any insight on that, Brian?
I don't know. Probably protecting themselves from this Bedford fast break.
Could be.
As Brady O'Connell puts another 2 in. He's in double figures now with 10. His season average 11.5. He's had a 28-point game this year. Rosa. Over to David Roy. Roy trying to drive. He loses the ball. Back now to Infante. Now to Fossis. Fossis trying to get something started for Merrimack. Here comes Soden for 2. Luke Soden, 13 points. Bedford by 34. Roy for 2. No good. Rebound to Bedford. Now Soden. I wonder how long Bedford is going to play their starters here in the third quarter. Be thinking about keeping everybody healthy at this point. Rosa to DeFossis, somehow decides not to shoot that. Back over to Rosa for 3. No good. Rebound Soden. Soden to O'Connell for 2. And he gets the roll. Brady O'Connell with a dozen. 54-18. There's going to be wholesale substitutions for the Tomahawks on the next whistle. 2.5 minutes into the half. Good rebound by Infante for 2. And once again, really not much more than a golf clap from this crowd. Soden for 3, no good.
They were lit up at the top of the game, but it does seem,
Infante with the block. It's going to be out of bounds to Merrimack. And wholesale substitutions. As a new hockey line comes in. It's a line change.
Total line change.
By Austin Denton. 54-20 is our score. To say it's been all Bedford would be an understatement. It's going to be Merrimack ball. Here's the inbounds pass. This is Trent Jackson. Over to Mike Flera. Flera to Krieger, top of the key. Now back to Monroe. Back to Flera. Bedford doing a great job manning up here. We just can't get any looks. Monroe back to Flera for 3. No good. And the rebound to Luke Soden. They look down low. Nice move by Brown, and he's fouled by Mike Flera. So Caden Brown is going to shoot a pair. It's our first foul of the half. Yeah, Brown's going to shoot a pair.
Someone's slapping their helmet on the student section there. To no avail.
Yeah, I don't think much is going to distract this team. Austin Kazajanski into the game now. He'll replace Sean Toscano. And then the basket's good for Caden Brown. He'll come out now, and into the game is Nico Bedoyan. All Bedford in this one, 56-20, proving every bit that they are championship contenders here in Division I. Mike Flera guarded by Bedoyan. Inside to Monroe. 2 in the foul. Well, if there's been any bright spot tonight for the Tomahawks, it has been Jensen Monroe. Foul is on Kazajanski, his second. Monroe's got 8 for the Tomahawks. And his season high is 10. I believe that came in the Trinity game. And Monroe way off the mark there. That's the story of the night for Merrimack.
I guess.
In a nutshell. All right, this is Bedoyan running the point for Bedford. Now Aiden O'Connell. He's got that strong left hand. Oh, he had Kazajanski. We just lost the handle. Flare to Krieger. Krieger off glass and in. Mason Krieger into the book for Merrimack, 56-24. As Merrimack cuts into the lead. And Bedoyan gives it right back. It's too easy for Bedford right now. So many layups. They're just getting whatever they want. Jackson now over to Mason Krieger. Flara, three-point try is no good. Rebound by Monroe. And he puts it in for 2. Jensen finds his way into double figures. He's got 10. And it's going to be out of bounds. Merrimack ball. Number 21. Ethan Caldwell will see his first minutes for Bedford. Soden, jump stop. Oh, what a move. And I don't know how he got that off. Monroe to Krieger. Back to Monroe. Monroe, left hand, right hand rather. No good, and the rebound to Bedoyan. O'Connell for 3. Money! Aiden O'Connell, 15 points now for Bedford, 61-26. And Soden's going to get a foul. His second. Lafferty into the game now for O'Connell. Monroe thought about 3. He goes baseline drive now, kicks it to Krieger. Now back to McCarthy. McCarthy for 2. He's blocked. And Bedford's going to start their break. Bedoyan off the glass and in. He's got 8, nearing his season high. Backdoor cut, Drew McCarthy. And the rebounds. Rebound to Bedford, and we're going to get a foul on Jensen Monroe. So Monroe gets his first foul of the game. My helper is up here now. She's going to do the scorebook. Now I can just call the game.
Perfect.
Good trap by Merrimack. And the finish, that was Lafferty. And the rebound to Merrimack, Jensen Monroe. Flara to Krieger. And Krieger turns it right back over. Krieger takes it in. His shot, no good. And the rebound by Lafferty. So Bedoyan with the ball now for Bedford. And foul on Mikey Flara. Oh no, jump ball. So it'd be Bedford ball. They are comfortably in the lead here, 63-26. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight on Merrimack TV, as well as our friends in Bedford on Bedford Community Television. Always thank you for joining us. And we know the folks in Bedford are enjoying this one tonight. I think they've been enjoying most basketball games in their town this year. Boys and girls combined are, I believe, 24-2.
Oh, wow.
Bedford girls only lost coming to Portsmouth. Lafferty for three, no good. Rebound out of bounds to Merrimack. Jackson Rosa with the ball for Merrimack. Over to David Roy. Back to Infante, who turns it over to Bedoyan. And we're going to get a blocking foul on David Roy.
Trying to get a little more razzle-dazzle on it, I think. Too much to handle.
Yeah.
I don't know what the student section's saying that time, but I'm sure it was pretty funny.
So this will put Austin Kazajanski at the line. Austin has 3 points tonight, and he misses the first. Averaging 4.4 on the season, and his season high is 10. Kazajanski misses the second and gets his own rebound. Oh, there's nothing worse if you're the defensive team than the free throw shooter getting his own rebounds. Bedoyan, top of the key, drives, spin move, kicks it back to Kazajanski. And now Bedoyan gets trapped. 2 seconds left in the quarter. They're going to get it off, and they do not. So the Bedford offense was held to 15 points in that quarter. And they extend their lead to 63-26 here in Merrimack. And the pinnacle fourth quarter of this one coming up.
Can't wait, Brian. Should be. So it's a marked improvement in the third quarter there. It's kind of
a little bit better.
Keep it at bay a little bit. It's good. It's good. For those of you who don't know, last year Merrimack TV won 2 awards for the Alliance for Community Media Northeast region. Our staff and volunteers placed second in the sports coverage category and was awarded first place for community media promotional videos. The Northeast region includes all of New England plus New York State. Thank you all for supporting Merrimack TV, and thank you to our play-by-play volunteers for helping us get that second place win. Couldn't do it without you.
Well, we have kind of a laugher here tonight, but we got another big one coming up Thursday night right here on Merrimack TV.
I'll be looking forward to that one. I'm glad we got that all ironed out, because I was
yes.
I think I was a little confused as to which one we were covering and not covering. So
yeah,
we'll be here.
To the best of my knowledge, I'm available Thursday night.
Perfect.
We will be here 6:30 for Bishop Girton.
Sounds like we wouldn't want to miss that one anyway.
That's going to be a great game.
Yes.
Yeah, BG at 9-3. They were upset this year by Keene, which is a team that Merrimack beat. But again, if you do that whole thing, like Bedford lost to North, Merrimack beat North. Like you do that whole thing, this should be a close game. It has not been. It has been all Bedford. Jackson Rosa, baseline 2 is good. Rosa now with 6 points for Merrimack. And 63-28. Merrimack cuts into this lead and makes it 35. Bedoyan turns it over. So it's Bedoyan, Braga, Caldwell. That's Ethan Caldwell. Let's see who else is out there. 13, Dylan Soden. And number 21, Ethan Caldwell we got. And number 22, Daniel Caldwell, also out there. Danny. So it'll be Merrimack ball.
Dad, which one was it?
14. Be assisting my my scorekeeper here.
Assisting the assistant.
Yes. Bedoyan kicks it back now to Thomas Braga. Number 21, Ethan Caldwell. Back to Danny Caldwell now. Stolen by David Roy. Roy, tip, nice play by Bedford. Braga, and he's going to say he's out of bounds. And we're going to get a huddle here.
Get a refs conference.
You gotta get every call right in a 35-point game. You know, it's
absolutely
it is paramount that we.
It's about the integrity of the game.
That's right,
Ryan. So.
So it looks like the clock is getting a rundown. Oh, it's going to be a running clock, apparently, in the fourth quarter. Kind of like a mercy rule, I guess.
Yikes.
Wow. Roy for 2. So apparently what was just said was a 35-point lead in the fourth quarter. The clock does not stop.
Okay. News to me.
So that is also news to me. We are going to get Ryan Elliott in the game, as well as Noah Morrison. I'm stuck on the Gonzaga days of Adam Morrison when he was one of the top picks in the NBA draft. So Noah Morrison with the ball for Merrimack. Now Drew McCarthy. McCarthy travels. (63-28) is our score. Bedford just controlling this one all the way tonight from the opening tip. A nice floater there. Rebound by number 15, Landon Elsmore, and he misses. Oh, great move by number 21, Ethan Caldwell. Logan O'Connell for 3, and it's going to be Merrimack ball. So I believe.
There's no 13. Oh, there is.
Yep, right there. So I believe 2 of the O'Connells are brothers, and the other one is a cousin.
A whole family affair, I guess.
Yes. I believe that is the case. As Mikey Flera takes it in.
And gives away.
And gives it away. And Matt Schmidt gets involved with a big block. Out of bounds to Bedford. You can see the running clock, 35-point lead, and apparently that is kind of like the basketball equivalent of a mercy rule. But when it's not going your way, it is not going your way. Ethan Caldwell with it for Bedford. Over to Danny Caldwell, and we're going to have an offensive foul. I believe a moving screen. All right, so the foul is on 21. Ethan Caldwell. Noah Morrison running the point for the Tomahawks. Trent Jackson in there. Ryan Elliott for 2. Yes. Ryan Elliott with the basket. And his first points in a while for the Tomahawks. And he makes it a 32-point game. Well, that takes the mercy rule out of play. Oh, blocked by Matt Schmidt. Turnover by Morrison. Oh, and Schmidt knocks him to the ground. He was going for the block. But Danny Caldwell now will shoot 2 for Bedford. Well, as we like to say, I was about to call you Nick. As we like to say, Justin, if you are a glutton for punishment, this game will be available on YouTube tomorrow.
Yes.
If you're a Bedford fan, you may enjoy this one. It is available on our YouTube channel, usually day after. You can watch it anytime you want. If you're a Merrimack fan, you may want to delete that one. Well, they'll try again on Thursday night, 6:30 against Bishop Girton, and we'll have the call for you. But Bedford looking every bit like the contender tonight. Look at that move by Danny Caldwell. Number 22 with the basket. Caldwell is the 11th different scorer for Bedford. Drew McCarthy for the Tomahawks with his team trailing by 36. Elliott tries to give Morrison a screen. Now Schmidt to Trent Jackson. Little pick and roll to Schmidt for 2. No good. Schmidt hasn't scored yet this season. That would have been his first bucket. I'm going to try to set him up here, I think.
I think he should really just like slam dunk it.
I think he should. May see one here. Let's see. See if he gets up the floor.
Break the glass.
Morrison? No. Tipped by Schmidt, and Morrison couldn't grab it. Dylan Soden. And that ball thrown away by O'Connell. Well, if you are just joining us, Bedford absolutely poured it on in the first half of this game. This game was over probably about 3 minutes in. Bedford 48 first half points tonight. I mean, just a, like I said, virtuoso performance. As McCarthy misses that one. We're down to the final minute. Mercifully, if you're a Tomahawks fan. They'll get another crack at it Thursday night against BG right here at home. And a traveling violation on Bedford. And then Friday night, they travel on the road to take on Concord. So this is the first streak of any kind this year for the Tomahawks. This will be a 2-game losing streak. Morrison for 2, and it's no good. Rebound by McCarthy. Schmidt for 2. No! Oh, he wanted that one. And Bedford is going to dribble out the clock here, I think. And that is going to do it. The Bulldogs with a massive victory tonight over the Merrimack Tomahawks. They raised their record to 13-1 on the season. And the Tomahawks drop to 5-6 in Division I. And they got another tough one on Thursday night against BG. We'll have that game for you here, 6:30, right here on Merrimack TV. And we hope you join us for that one. I want to thank our wonderful assistants, Lydia and Eden, for doing the book tonight.
Absolutely excellent job.
Half.
Excellent job they've done tonight, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. They are teammates for the Tornadoes this year. The Pee Wee girls Tornadoes, who are now 8-0.
Wow,
So
okay, all right.
very,
That's
very
what I'm talking
good team,
about.
so.
It's like Lydia wants to do a little, she wants to go viral, I think.
I think so. I don't know what this
There's
is.
your scorekeeper right there, folks.
Yeah, this girl kept the book tonight. So thank you to our scorekeepers. Thank you to all of you for watching tonight. And we hope you join. We hope you join us again on Thursday for boys basketball against BG. Once again, just a tremendous performance tonight by the Bedford Bulldogs. They go to 13-1 on the season. They got Pinkerton Friday night. What a game that is going to be.
That'll be a good one.
Can't wait for that one. We'll see you again Thursday night. Justin, anything else before we sign off?
I really wish I had more to say tonight, Brian. I guess if you want to find out more anytime, you can email myself, Justin Slez, the Assistant Media Services Coordinator, or Nicholas LaValle, the Media Services Coordinator, at Merrimack TV at merrimacknh.gov. And if you want to maybe check this out again, you can go on YouTube, subscribe to Merrimack TV, or grab that Cablecast Screenweave app where you can watch our games live or all the previously recorded games on demand. Whole bunch of other stuff. Thanks so much. Thanks to the folks over in Bedford, of course, for carrying this game. And we will see you Thursday night. This is Merrimack TV, your community, your voice.